Book 1. No Time to Dream. A Village Girl's Day, Lost to a Tradition of Servitude. Chapter 1. A Life of Chores and Silent Wishes. Morning. The day begins before sunrise. Kavya wakes before the first rooster crows, before the village stirs, before the sky softens from black to grey. There is no need for an alarm. The sharp voice of her mother acts as one. Kavya, get up. The cows won't wait. Her body aches, but tiredness is a luxury she cannot afford. She swings her feet off her straw mat, rubbing sleep from her eyes as she listens to the steady breathing of her younger brother, Kumar. He sleeps soundly, curled up under a rough cotton blanket. He does not wake before dawn. He does not carry water or scrub the floors or cook the meals. His only concern is making sure his school uniform is clean, his snack tiffin is packed, and his slippers are where he left them. And those duties fall on Kavya as well. She pushes the thoughts aside. There is no time for resentment. The day has already begun. Chapter 2. 5 a.m. Fetching water for the household. Kavya lifts the brass pot, balancing it carefully against her hip as she walks toward the village well. The morning air is cold, the ground damp beneath her bare feet. The rope cuts into her palms as she lowers the bucket into the depths, listening for the splash. She pulls, grips, hauls, her muscles straining as she lifts the heavy bucket from the well. She pours the water carefully into the large container beside her, then repeats the process. 1 bucket, 2 buckets, 3 buckets, 4 buckets. The weight is unbearable, but she keeps moving. There is no choice but to keep moving. By the time she carries the last pot back to the house, her arms tremble from the effort. She quickly washes her face, pouring cool water over her skin, wiping away the dirt from the well. She won't get a full bath today, that is scheduled for tomorrow. Chapter 3. 5:30 a.m. Cleaning the cow barn and feeding the chickens. The cows must be cleaned and fed before anything else. Kavya shovels waste out of the barn, throwing dry straw onto the damp ground before scattering feed for the animals. She breaks ragi stalks, mixing them with grass, setting the bundles near the cows. Her mother works in silence, making sure every goat is accounted for. Later, she will take them to the fields and watch them all day, her back bending under the sun. Her father has already left for work, laboring on the land of a village landowner from sunrise to sunset. Only Kumar still sleeps. She hurries to the chicken co-op, scattering grains for the restless hens. She collects eggs, cradling them carefully, then moves on. Chapter 4. 6 a.m. Cooking for the family. The fire crackles as she kneels before the wood-burning stove, grinding spices with slow, practiced movements. She stirs the dal, letting the aroma fill the kitchen as she chops onions. She packs her father's tiffin, rice, lentils, chapati, making sure everything fits neatly before moving to the next task. She fills Kumar's snack tiffin, making sure he has what he likes. When he wakes, he stretches lazily, yawning before sitting cross-legged on the cold floor. He does not ask how breakfast was made. He does not know how many hours his sister has already worked before he even opens his eyes. He simply eats. Chapter 5. 6:45 a.m. preparing for school. Kavya quickly washes her feet, tying her long hair into a neat braid. She sweeps the house, gathering dirt into the corner before stowing away the family's straw mats. Her grandparents sleep in real beds, but she and her parents do not. Every morning, the mats must be stacked neatly before the day begins. Chapter 6. 7:30 a.m. Morning Puja. She kneels before the small shrine, lighting an oil lamp, placing fresh jasmine flowers at the base. Her prayers are whispered, but her heart is loud. She prays not for freedom, not for wealth, but for time. Just one moment for herself. A prayer that never comes true. Chapter 7. 8 a.m. Helping grandparents. Before school, her grandmother moves slowly, her hands weak with age. Kavya folds blankets, brings warm water, massages her aching joints. Her grandfather needs help standing, his body frail after years of labor. She listens to their quiet requests. She does not complain, but time is running out. She must still help take the cows to the fields. Chapter 8. 8:30 a.m. Taking the cows to the fields and sending Kimar off to school. The cows are ready to go, their eyes watching as she guides them toward the fields. Her mother walks ahead, leading them into the open land, where they will graze until evening. Kumar is finally awake, slipping on his slippers, making sure he has his tiffin. She checks everything, making sure he is ready to go. If he forgets even one thing, their mother will scold her, not him. By the time he leaves the house, she barely breathes. Chapter 9. 9 a.m. Eating breakfast last and cleaning up. She sits on the cold floor, eating quietly. Her mother has already eaten. Her father is gone. Her brother has left. She eats last, not because she wants to, but because that is how it has always been done. Then she rinses the vessels, puts away the dishes, and extinguishes the fireplace, brushing away the soot and ashes so it is ready for supper. Then she sweeps the room. Chapter 10. 9:30 a.m. The walk to school. Kavya is late again. She is always late. She does not walk with the other children. They have already left. She runs, feet pounding against the dirt road, breath sharp in the cool air. She never gets to enjoy the morning, never laughs with friends on the way to school. She simply races against time, praying she will not miss the bell. Chapter 11. 4:30 p.m. Walking home. A fleeting moment of freedom. Kavya finally breathes, walking home alongside her friends. This is the only part of the day where she feels like a normal girl, laughing at small jokes, talking about lessons, hearing snippets of stories from classmates who have time for fun, for games, for life. But even now, the thought of home claws at the edge of her mind. She knows the moment she steps inside, the weight of the evening will press down on her once again, and she will return to her second life, the one filled with endless work. Chapter 12. 5:30 p.m. Bringing the cattle home and milking the cows. As soon as she reaches home, she does not sit, does not rest, does not linger. Her mother is already outside, waiting for her. Kavya, hurry. The cows need to come in before dark. She takes a wooden stick, guiding the cattle back to the barn, stepping carefully as the dust rises under their hooves. The cows move slowly, but her hands move fast, lifting the gate, securing the latch, preparing the stall. Then she and her mother begin milking them. Her fingers work steadily, drawing each stream of milk, filling the steel pots that must be taken to the dairy. Her mother does not speak, only nods when the last bucket is filled. Chapter 13. 6:15 p.m. delivering the milk to the dairy collection center. The dairy stall is not far, but the weight of the milk drags at her arms as she walks. She carefully hands the containers to the collector, watching as he measures the purity, notes the amount. He barely acknowledges her. She barely expects him to. She collects the payment slip, which will help buy more food for the household, before heading back. Chapter 14. 6:45 p.m. washing clothes at the pond. Today is laundry day. She carries a bundle of clothes on her back, making her way toward the pond, where her mother is already knee-deep in water, scrubbing fabric against the stone. Kavya washes her own clothes, scrubbing each carefully, twisting the fabric to wring out excess water. Her mother watches her silently, her hands moving faster, stronger, more practiced. Once the washing is done, Kavya helps her mother carry the clothes back home and hang them to dry. Chapter 15. 7:30 p.m. tending to the vegetable garden. Outside their hut, small plants grow in neat rows: tomatoes, beans, green chilies. Kavya waters each plant, brushing soil away from fragile stems, removing dead leaves. She watches the tiny buds, thinking how much care they require to grow, how fragile they are, and wondering if anyone realizes how fragile she is, too. She does not linger, because dinner must be prepared. Chapter 16. 8 p.m. cooking for the family. She grinds the spices, chopping vegetables with careful precision, her fingers working quickly. Her mother tends to the stove while she peels, dices, grinds, and mixes. Food must be prepared for 7 people: her parents, her grandparents, her brother, and herself. The cooking is slow. The flavors must be right. But no matter how hungry she is, she will eat last. Because tradition demands at 8:45 p.m. serving the meal and eating last, the family sits on the cold floor, waiting as she lays out the plates. Her father and younger brother eat first, taking large portions, talking about their day. Then her grandparents eat, silent and slow. Only when everyone else is done, her mother and she sit cross-legged, eating quietly. Her mother does not complain. She does not complain, because this is just the way things are. Chapter 17. 9:15 p.m. washing the dishes in the dark. Outside in the blackened evening, she scrubs each steel vessel, washing away the remnants of dinner. Her younger brother runs past her, laughing, playing with his friends, kabaddi, catch, cards. He has no duties. He spills juice, drops crumbs, and makes a mess that she will clean up later. She watches him only for a second, then goes back to scrubbing pots, her fingers wrinkling in the cold water. Chapter 18. 9:45 p.m. helping give her grandmother a bath. She heats the water, kneeling beside her grandmother, helping her wash her hair, scrub her back, massage her aching muscles. Her grandmother whispers quiet thanks, but Kavya barely hears them. She is too tired to respond, too tired to acknowledge anything but the work ahead of her. Chapter 19. 10 p.m. Homework by Candlelight. She sprawls on the floor, her books open, the dim candle flickering beside her. Her eyelids droop, but she cannot sleep yet. Her homework must be done. Her schoolwork must be finished. She writes, reads, memorizes, but the words blur. Her mind is exhausted. Her body is drained. Yet, she pushes through, because school is her only escape, her only hope, her only future. She finally finishes at 11 p.m., blowing out the candle, rubbing her temples. She lies on her straw mat, staring at the roof. Tomorrow, the cycle will begin again. Chapter 20. Weekends. No rest, only more work. On Saturdays and Sundays, she takes over her mother's duty of tending the goats, following them all day through the fields. She cannot let them out of sight. She cannot take a break. She cannot sit, relax, or dream. Her younger brother spends his weekends playing, laughing, laying around. When he turns 12, he will be sent to a boarding school, just like their older brother, a life filled with books and friendship, free from housework. But Kavya will remain. At 12, at 13, at 14, at 15, at 16, at 17, at 18 years, she will still wake before the sun. She will still fetch the water from the well, feed the cows, sweep the floor, cook the meals, clean the dishes, tend the garden, care for her grandparents, and chase goats until sunset. Her parents will never ask her brother to do the same, because he is a boy, and she is not. Book 2. Survival Guide for Village Girls Seeking Freedom and Education. Introduction. The harsh reality. For many village girls, life is dictated by responsibility, tradition, and duty. Their parents labor outside, while they labor within the home, cooking, cleaning, tending to animals, serving the family, and sacrificing their own desires. School becomes a secondary thought. They arrive late, struggle to complete homework, and have no time to engage with friends. By the time they turn 16, their family begins planning their future, often marriage, rarely education. And escaping this cycle feels impossible. But it is possible with small strategic steps. This guide is not built on luck, not dependent on outside help. It is built on resourcefulness, courage, and quiet rebellion. Step 1. Carving out time for studies. Wake up 15 minutes earlier every morning to study before chores begin. Use every spare moment if you're washing dishes or tending animals. Try to memorize formulas or recall lessons in your mind. Complete homework at school. Even if it's rushed, it's better than squeezing it into the final minutes before bed. Ask teachers for guidance. Explain your situation, and they may help find study shortcuts or extra materials. Take advantage of Sundays. Even if you have chores, carve out one uninterrupted hour for studies. Why this works. Small adjustments can build consistent learning, even in a packed schedule. Step 2. Gaining independence through earning money. Start small, sewing, embroidery, selling vegetables, or tutoring younger children. Use secret savings. Hide small amounts in places no one checks. Slowly create a financial safety net. Even small earnings grant power and choice. Why this works. Money means control. It's a tool that makes independence possible. Step 3. Using education as your escape plan. Find out about scholarship programs. There may be local or government-funded opportunities. Convince your family that school benefits them. Explain how better education means better jobs, which will support them too. Try for residential schooling. Boarding schools or hostels may offer more freedom than living at home. If marriage talks start, delay them by arguing for better financial prospects. Educated girls find richer husbands, may work within strict households. Why this works. It creates long-term escape routes without immediate rebellion. Step 4. Slowly changing household expectations. Encourage your younger siblings, especially girls, to study too. Shifting family norms begins with small influences. Make chores efficient. Find ways to reduce workload by organizing tasks smarter. Prove your usefulness outside housework. Show your family how your education benefits them, helping with documents, calculations, village matters. Why this works. Changing expectations gradually prevents harsh consequences while shaping a new path. Step 5. Building connections beyond the household. Find supportive teachers or village elders. Even one alone makes a difference. If possible, use nearby internet cafes or libraries to learn about career options, education grants, and scholarships. Learn skills beyond basic studies, computer literacy, bookkeeping, or local trade skills can open doors to opportunities. Why this works. A single connection can create unexpected avenues for growth. Step 6. Preparing an exit strategy by age 16. If parents push for marriage, negotiate for a delay, offering financial or education benefits to the family. Search for hostels, scholarship programs, or workplaces that provide accommodation. Even if you can't leave immediately, knowing your options gives strength. If forced into marriage, have contacts ready. Keep phone numbers or addresses as safe locations. Keep personal savings hidden for emergencies. Why this works. It turns an impossible dream into practical escape routes. Conclusion. A slow, strategic fight for freedom. Escaping a life of endless duty is not instantaneous. It is not easy. It takes years of small movements, careful planning, and silent determination. But it is possible. And every step taken, even the smallest ones, create cracks in the walls of tradition. Because change does not come in a single rebellion. It comes in quiet persistence. And for girls like Kavya, it begins with choosing themselves, bit by bit, until the world finally allows them to live freely. No tradition, no burden, no expectation can silence a girl who refuses to be erased. Quote created by traditional village girls.